What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your brewmaster-in-chief. And tonight in the BrewLab, I'm coming at you with some announcements. First of all, as you can see, I've got access to the community tab. YouTube were very accurate and true to their word. It took exactly a week, and this community tab just appeared on my channel, which allows me to post images, polls, and videos in a kind of more Facebook-esque way to my channel, which is fantastic. Some of you might have already noticed I put up a poll 7 hours ago. I've had some votes in already. I'll be doing this a little bit more often going forward. It's as a way to sort of gauge where you guys are at. If there is a specific archetype or card build around or brew that you'd like to see me play, please let me know in the comments of these polls. You can also leave comments, as you can see. So I will leave some options. You can either vote, but if the thing that you want played is not in those options, just let me know in the comments. So that's it as far as announcements regarding the channel is concerned. But there's one more thing I would like to mention. I have started a Twitter account. It's quite simply twitter.com/mbrewlab. And it'll just be another way that I can keep in touch with you guys. I'll be doing posts on here, also kind of keeping you up to date with stuff in the community, articles, deck lists from events, that kind of stuff. So come give me a follow on Twitter as well. But that's it as far as news and announcements. Now it's time to jump into tonight's brew. One I'm calling Ayo. It's Bahamut. And the reason for that is because we're running one of my favorite Planeswalkers, one that I think is criminally underplayed, the Grandmaster of Flowers, also known as Bahamut, 7/7 dragon god creature with flying and indestructible as long as you can get him to 7 loyalty. And that might seem crazy because it takes 4 turns and he has to sit on the board and survive for 4 turns. But you'll be surprised. It happens more often than you'd think. And the reason for that is because everything that's going on before you get him on the board gums up the field. There's plenty of chump blockers. And he himself also can prevent a creature from attacking or blocking until your next turn. There are some restrictions. If the creature has first strike, double strike, or vigilance, you can't target it with his first +1, but you know, we've got other removal. Usually there's plenty of little chump blockers getting in the way so that we can, unless we're running into like hard removal from mono black, we usually get him to 7 loyalty, and then some really fun stuff starts to happen. But that's not really the main win con. I would say the main win con here is Paladin Class. So we're trying to, you know, fuse together a sort of white weenies aggro early game with like a Planeswalkers and Dragons mid to late game, and it's been winning me games, guys. I was surprised. I know it's a 61 card deck, but it was one of those situations where I just did not know what to trim. We've gone, of course, with a full playset of the Monk of the Open Hand. I'm not the kind of person who's going to be playing these two in any deck without the other one also in the deck. Like, I wouldn't even play Monk of the Open Hand without the Grandmaster Flowers in the deck. I'd rather just play another 1-drop, even though it's got that double cast thing. I'm that kind of fanatic. But whenever I do play the Monk of the Open Hand, you gotta know there's the Grandmaster Flowers in the deck. And I usually go for 3 copies, and I always accompany it with a couple copies of Icingdeath, the Frost Tyrant. So whenever you cast your second spell each turn, you put a +1/+1 counter on the Monk of the Open Hand. That's why I've gone with 3 of each of the other 1-drops and quite a lot of 2-drops, because we want to be triggering this as much as possible. Going back to the win con, Paladin Class. Amazing. Probably the most under-respected by the opponent out of all the classes. It's actually really, really good. Of course, like against control, the tax effect on the opponent's spells is really good. Then level 2 becomes an anthem effect, buffs your entire squad in like a weenie deck like ours. That's fantastic. And then at level 3 is like the win con, right? You've got enough flyers that you can just swing in with a bunch of creatures pick the one that you know the opponent can't block. Let's say he doesn't have a flyer or something with reach. You give that creature double strike and boom, 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 game over. Then we've gone for 3 copies of Portable Hole, again, just to have enough 1-drops to trigger the Monk of the Open Hand, but also because I think it's really good right now. There's lots of creature tokens that this handles just fantastically, and yeah, really potent 1 and 2 drops that you want to take care of like every single game. And this just a lot of decks do play Portable Hole, but it's usually like 1 or 2 copies in the mono white aggro because they're trying to squeeze every last slot available to put all those really strong 3-drops that they have. I've just decided to go for 3 copies because I really find it to be important to pick off those early plays from the opponent. Usually they like look at their hand and they're like, okay, sweet, I have a 1 and a 2 drop, I'll keep this. And it's like a reason why they wouldn't mulligan, and maybe the rest of their hand isn't that fantastic because they're just going to rely on this great like 2-drop they have, and then you just pick it off with Portable Hole, and then they're just left kind of top decking. They've got all these expensive cards, can really disrupt an opponent's kind of flow. So I actually really like this card more and more in this format. Then we've got 3 copies of Clarion Spirit, kind of tag teaming with the Monk here as another card that cares about you casting a second spell each turn. Every time you do, you make a little 1/1 spirit that has flying. Really good with Paladin Class. They become 2/2s with flying, and then eventually you can have a bunch of flyers coming in, and one of them gets double strike, you win the game. Or you can just chump block with these things and protect your Grandmaster of Flowers. So 3 copies of Clarion Spirit. Then we've got 2 copies of the Intrepid Adversary, because I can play it on turn 4 and buff my whole squad for 1, but also just might top deck it really late in the game when I have 6 mana and just buff the whole squad by 3. So, by 2. So really, really nice. I wish I could go with more. The reason why there's only 2 left here is because I kept running into Selesnya Enchantments decks, and I had to crank up my Sanctify to 3 copies. Otherwise, the initial build had full playset of the Intrepid Adversary because it's really good, obviously. Then we've got 3 copies of the Luminarch Aspirant, because it's still just kind of the best 2-drop in the format. And I again just didn't know what else to trim. We've already got 61 lands. I would have gone with 4 copies, but I just it's been running really nicely just the way it is. Then 3 copies of Sanctify, because Selesnya Enchantments, added bonus, 3 life. It's not instant speed. There's another one that's instant speed that I was thinking about playing. What's it called again? Invoke the Divine. Instant speed gains you 4 life, but it costs 3 mana. Sanctify, sorcery speed, gains you 3 life. I don't know. It costs 2 mana. The 3-drop slot was just already so gummed up with important stuff. I just didn't want to put 3 other 3-drops in there. I thought Sanctify was the better way to deal with your Hallowed Havens and things like that. Then we've got 3 copies Brutal Cathar, 3 copies Skyclave Apparition, 4 copies Elite Spellbinder. I do not need to reintroduce these cards. They're in every single white deck. And it was just tough to decide how to split it. And I put a little bit more importance in getting important sweepers out of the opponent's hand with the Elite Spellbinder over removing things with the other 2. So 3 for 3. Then Bahamut we've talked about. Really nice against the Doomscar, kind of a sweeper. You can just keep bringing your Monk of the Open Hand back and back and back from the graveyard. And otherwise, we're just preventing one of the opponent's creatures from attacking or blocking until it gets to become a 7/7, and then that, coupled with Paladin Class, usually just really wins the matches. And Icingdeath, another severely underplayed card in my opinion. Super sweet. Like, the vigilance is important. When you've buffed this guy up with a few counters from Luminarch Aspirant, maybe an Intrepid Adversary, maybe the Anthem effect from the Paladin Class, suddenly it's a pretty important, flying threat that's coming in and can stay up as a blocker every turn, which is fantastic. And then if it does die, it becomes this equipment, the Frost Tongue. gives the equipped creature +2/+0, relatively cheap equip cost of 2, and whenever a equipped creature attacks, you get to tap target creature defending player controls. That also wins you games. Sometimes the opponent finally puts up a flying blocker. They're going to be able to block your Paladin Class guy, the one that gets the double strikers, you know, your flyers. Now he's got the flying blocker. You put the Icingdeath on one of your creatures. When it attacks, you tap down that flyer, and now your dual striking Paladin Classed up creature can get through for the final bits of damage. And that finally brings us to AO, the Dawn Sky. I finally had to go and craft a couple of copies. It was the last card in the set that I did not get. I had 98 or 99% of the set, and I still didn't have a single copy of AO. I had to use my precious wild cards, and I finally crafted 2 copies of AO, the Dawn Sky. Going to be seeing me play with this in other decks for sure. It's got a lot of good versatility and potential homes, but in this deck in particular, I quite like it because if the opponent's panicking, they're worried about the 5/4 flying with vigilance, they kill it, but you've with like targeted removal, and you still have a full board of creatures, then you pick option 2, where you get to put 2 +1/+1 counters on each permanent you control that's a creature or a vehicle. So boom, the whole squad gets +2/+2. If instead you're getting hit by a sweeper, where by it I mean AO, and the rest of your creatures get Doomscarred in one go, then you pick the first option. You look at the top 7 cards of your library, you put any number of non-land permanent cards with total mana value 4 or less from among them onto the battlefield, and the rest of the bottom of your library, which is great. It's kind of like a little bit of sweeper protection. You get to restock the board. You could like either bring back an Elite Spellbinder and then Monk of the opening hand. So, you know, you get to look at the opponent's hand again and have a threat that can grow. Or you bring back two drops, or, 2 1-drops and a 2-drop, or any configuration of that, as long as it is 4 mana value or less, which is really, really nice in this brew. But most of the time, I really just want him to swing in for 5 with vigilance and win me games that way. And I think as far as 5-drops is concerned in white, it's probably the best thing that you got going on right now. Unless you're playing Angel specifically, there's that Angel thing. But I think like this is a really, really nice card. And if you're looking for some way to like spruce up a potential like mono white mid-rangey type thing, have a look at AO. He's a really nice Dragon Spirit out of the cycle, in my opinion. Probably one of the best. Then we've got 2 caves, 2 seats, 17 planes, 2 Field of Runes. That's the deck. The strategy is quite simple. Just go as wide as possible, try and level up your Paladin class, pick off the important threats from the opponent with Brutal Cathar and Skyclave Apparition, at which point hopefully your Grandmaster will get to level 7. If you can't, your opponent's playing lots of removal and your Grandmaster just keeps getting taken off the board, then you've got plenty of alternative ways to get in for damage and take the opponent to town. And that's the deck. Let's jump into some games. Cheers. Ranked. I'm going to be making a push tomorrow, last day of the month, with Naya Aggro. I'm going to try and stream it, or I'll record it. Hope to see you guys there. If I am streaming it, should be sweet. One mana hand. That's much better. Oh no. Not the clerics. Hee hee. Two can play at this game. I think if it's not like Luminarch, I mean, ooh, is that Doomscar? It could be Doomscar, but it also could be Starnheim. I'm chilling. It's so Doomscar. Oh no. Okay. Bye bye. Gotta keep the race ahead of the, you know, the counters, the counter war. Goes for the block. Nice. It's gotta be a Doomscar. Which sucks. That's terrible. Terrible news. Seems like my arena is not responding. Technical errors, guys. Terribly sorry. Boom 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 ba ba doom 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 doom. We'll be right back. Should take us straight back into the match. Yeah. Wonder what happened there. Okay, so it was a Doomscar. Clearly. Absolutely charming fellow. Okay. Icingdeath finally drawing some gas after like just an insane amount of nothingness. Yeah, we were right to take that veteran. I like that it's statted to trade well with the Valkyrie. Yeah. Vigilance, baby. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. What a loser. This kind of deck is just pathetic, man. Yeah, I got a righteous Valkyrie. Look at me. I can freaking whatever. Just so lame. Could just stop flooding for one moment, it would just be quite nice. Okay. Valkyrie's gone. Alright. Might be a way out of this. It's gonna try and block me with this. Makes a 3/4. Sure, man. Like, sure. That's actually great. No more Field of Ruins. If we get ours, we can start getting rid of these caves. Oh, whoops. That was a slight misplay. Why can't I emote? I want to say oops. Oh, maybe I've been muted. Oh. You have got to be kidding me, dude. Seriously, what the hell? Okay, at least he's also flooding. I mean, there's that. All I want is one of my Sanctifiers to get rid of that. Okay. I'll take a Bahamut too. Makes the flyer to block the cave.
Not even a meal before battle? Very well.
Start to get some card advantage up in this hizzle.
Demonstrate your skill.
Pass the turn. Oh, yes. I can feel the victory closing in. Oh no, he's got a double. Did not realize that. He had the mana for the double. That's the problem.
There are better ways to behave.
That's a problem. Man, these caves are really just pissing me off right now. Okay, we can kill one cave. That's great.
Evil never rests, so neither will we.
Take 6, badoosh. Okay, we're ready for those caves. Oh no. Wow, what a weird deck. Bye-bye. Cheerio. But, you know, might be very short-lived. Okay, still good.
Come be a hero.
Skadoosh. And I'm gonna re-equip. Ah! And it's got double strike, so it cannot be tapped down by the fucking... I was dreading this. It's okay. I still have a way out. Brutal Cathar is our friend. Top deck city.
Come, walk with me.
Can't attack with that angel now, can you? What a top deck. Intrepid Adversary doing its thing. Let's keep doing this. We got a double cast. Da-na-na-na-na-na. I think I just have the kill right now.
Take a moment to consider your actions.
Yeah, we win. Okay. Math time. If I attack, I can use the Icingdeath to tap down the Angel of Destiny. So that's one flyer out of the way. That's 12 damage. Although he can activate this and block the flyer. So that's definitely what he will do. So the 12 damage is not getting through. But we also have like plenty of other damage coming through here. We can go for like a 7. Let's swing with yeah, let's do it. I think we win. I think if we go full send, we just win. He can't block with the Dawnbringer. He can't activate the Crawling Barrens and... Okay, he could. So he's going to block the 12-12. Yeah, it's not enough. Good game. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Off you go. Alright. With a bit of bumps along the way, disconnects and game hangs, thanks for bearing with me, we got our first victory. On to the next one. Ayo. Again, I said it yesterday, I'll say it again. I wish they would make this an option with lands as well. You can do it with your sleeves, why can't you do it with lands? Makes no sense. Second one, oh, it's very similar to the last match. Great top deck. Tasha. Could be a girl. A woman. A lady. Don't get many of those these days. That's a problem. Mono green modified. It's a thing. I've got one ready. I'm almost done with it. Runs Jorgen, the new saga in the 3-drop. Although this could still be Gruul and he just hasn't top decked the red land yet. 4th land would just be the best thing ever. We can either go for like a turn 4 Intrepid. But I'm kind of just amped to get the Grandmaster rolling. Opponent, having a little think. Maybe some internet connection problems, but it's close to the end of the month. I'm not about to just concede. We can play with the map. See if there's any other cool things. Splashy, splashy water. Okay. He's back. Okay. Sure. Interesting though. Selesnya Kodama. I haven't tried that yet. Better try that. I'll take a free win whenever I can get one. I wonder why he scooped. When cards are stacked together on the battlefield, you can click on the quantity number to select all of them. What? I didn't know that. Hey, they're coming up with some cool, like, new stuff written there that actually, like, I didn't know of late. Oh, a lot of... Anyway, okay. Let's, send the Cathar packing. Oh goodness, here we go. Please a land. Just give me a land. That's all I want. Yes, please. How are we talking? Sure. I would have gone for the portable hull. Here you just get back a 2/2. Let's see if we can snipe that Hallowed Haunting. At least one of them. Double Hallowed Haunting in hand. He has to decide if he wants to play Boseiju as a land or keep it as a... Okay. Wonder why that took so long. It's another 1-drop. Please, 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 please. So we can double cast with Clarion Spirit. Ah. Spirited Companion. Oh, that's nice. Let's see what you got. Is it target tapped creature or target attacking or blocking? Yeah, okay. Gotta be careful now. I think he bricked on the... He didn't top deck another enchantment. We win. It plays other haunting. And that won't do jack. We win. Sorry. Sucks to be you, buddy. Game. Beating on one of the top decks in the format. 2 straight wins feels pretty good. On to the next one, baby. How are we doing for time? Okay. We've arrived at the last match of the night. Let's get a Bahamut going. Come on. Yeah, learning how to use this search thing better. I don't use any of those commands. Oh, hi to you. Oh, hi to you. Okay. Double Clarion Spirit, baby. That can be pretty freaking sweet. Uh-oh. Have to... It's like the Doomscar gets foretold straight away. And then you're just screwed. This is now my least favorite deck, like to play or to play against. I just hate them. I hate them all. Come on, maybe it's a sword coming. You never know. Okay, it's not a Doomscar. We're back in business. Can start casting creatures. This land problem though, I just keep getting screwed. Okay, I was worried about a Eiganjo land there. So much card draw. FML. Final match of the night against Hullbreaker. I've just now been playing, I've got an Azorius control deck coming up soon, and I just there it is. There's the Doomscar now. Okay, let's play another game. We've got time. It's the nemesis, right? Like just endless board wipes and things. Kind of biggest problem our deck can face is something like that. Bounce everything we play. On to the next one. In best of 3, I don't know what we could even do, honestly. Maybe Redain, Talia, replace some of the stuff. Yeah, there could be some sideboard shenanigans to do against the control deck with this list. By the way, let me know, those of you who watch this deep into the movies, into the videos, would you like me to do sideboards? Some of you like best of 3. I can make sideboards for these brews. Interesting. Naya Runes. 96%er, yeah. This is some tournament results are being creeping in. And this was like 60% of the field. First piece of the puzzle. Now he just needs the Runeforged champion, and his runes cost 0. But we're gonna slam him with double Sanctify. One. 2. How do you like them apples? He's wasting all of his runes on these inferior creatures. That makes me very happy. Let our Brutal Cathar. Got a knight next turn, probably. Sure. Cathar is gonna switch today anyway, dude. Got him. We freaking got him. Oh, fantastic. Ending on a nice little victory there. I think there's really very little that he can get. Okay. That's a bit scary. But still, I don't think it's okay. He needs to get the haste rune. Put the haste rune on the rune forge and then maybe draw something else, but I think we still got him. He's going for the trample. Alright guys, that is gonna be it for tonight's video. We did not get Bahamut to turn into the 7/7 Dragon Guard, but we still won a you know, more than we lost, which is what matters. And in this final segment of the video where I like to discuss the deck again and sort of just jump back in and see what we could have done differently, I would like to say that it performed kind of perfectly. I would say nothing else to add. Maybe something instant speed to take care of, you know, your Fateful Absence, but I don't know what I would trim to take care of Planeswalkers. We were a bit lucky. We didn't run into too many Lolth decks tonight. Could have been a problem for sure. Our flyers. None of the real win cons we discussed went off. We didn't really do the Paladin Class. We didn't really do the Bahamut. But as you can see, the deck just good enough by itself, just relying on some Elite Spellbinder action. We had a really nice late game Intrepid Adversary at one point there against the white mirror type match. That was fantastic. And yeah, I'd leave it just as it is. 61 cards in all. And I hope you guys copy it and enjoy it and take it for a spin on the ladder and let me know how that went in the comments. But again, that's going to be it for tonight's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you all tomorrow for some fresh brews. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.